Hey Maya, can I ask you something?
Sure, Alex. What's on your mind?
I sometimes hear these weird expressions that don't seem to make literal sense. Like, someone told me things were up in the air today.
Ah, those are idioms.
Idioms? What are those?
Idioms are sayings or phrases that have a figurative meaning, different from the literal meaning of the words.
So, up in the air doesn't mean things are actually floating?
Exactly. It means things are uncertain or undecided.
Okay, that makes sense. Do you have any other examples?
Sure. How about feeling under the weather?
Under the weather? Is it raining?
No, not literally. It means you're not feeling well, maybe a bit sick.
Oh, I see. Like, when I ate too much cake yesterday, I felt under the weather.
Perfect. Here's another one I like. Once in a blue moon.
Is there a blue moon tonight?
Not necessarily. It means something happens very rarely.
So, seeing a unicorn would be a once-in-a-blue-mooned experience.
You got it. These idioms can add a bit of flavor to your English speaking.
Flavor? Like spices in food?
Exactly. They can make your conversation more interesting and colorful.
Cool. I want to learn more idioms.
Great. We can keep an eye out for them as we work in the garden.
Hey Maya, remember that amazing book we read last summer?
Let me see. Was it the one with the time-traveling kids?
Yes. A Wrinkle in Time. I still can't believe we traveled through space with Meg and her friends.
Me neither. It made me want to become a scientist and discover new worlds.
Maybe not quite new worlds, but what about exploring the hidden corners of our own town this summer?
That's a great idea. There's that old abandoned library everyone talks about. Maybe we can have our own adventure there.
An abandoned library? Sounds mysterious. We could pretend to be detectives searching for a lost treasure, maybe a collection of rare books.
And we could use all those idioms we learned from those detective novels. Let's leave no stone unturned when searching for clues.
Exactly. And if we get lost, well, at least we'll be lost in a good book, surrounded by stories.
You always know how to turn things into an adventure, Alex.
That's because reading with you is an adventure, Maya. We always find the best stories, even when they're not in our hands.
Couldn't agree more. Now, who's ready for some ice cream after our abandoned library expedition?
Me. Just as long as the flavor isn't a bit under the weather. Hey Maya, I always get confused with past tense verbs.
Past tense verbs can be tricky, but there are some easy tricks to remember.
Really? Tell me more.
Sure. For regular verbs, you usually just add ed to the end. Like, in the past, we planted these seeds.
Okay, that makes sense. But what about irregular verbs?
Irregular verbs have different forms for the past tense. For example, yesterday we went for a walk, not went.
Went? Sounds weird.
Exactly. The best way to learn irregular verbs is to practice and memorize them. There are lists available online or in grammar books.
Memorize? That sounds boring.
Not if you turn it into a game. We can write silly sentences with different irregular verbs and try to guess the correct past tense form.
Silly sentences? Okay, I'm in.
Perfect. Here's one. The cat flew over the moon last night.
We all know cats don't fly. The past tense of fly is flew though.
Exactly. Your turn.
Okay, how about this one? Yesterday, the flowers in this garden all sang the beautiful song.
Flowers can't sing, silly. But at least you know the past tense of sing is sang.
Hey Maya, something's been on my mind lately.
Sure, Alex. What is it?
Well, it's about, God. Have you ever thought about where we come from, or what happens after we die?
All the time, Alex. It's a big question, isn't it? There are so many different beliefs in the world.
Exactly. It can be confusing. Do you believe in God?
That's a very personal question, Alex. But I can tell you that I believe in something bigger than myself, a force of good in the universe.
A force of good? What do you mean?
Well, look around us. This beautiful garden, the amazing night sky, it all points to something incredible. Maybe it's a creator, or maybe it's just the way the universe works.
I see. So, it's not about having all the answers, but appreciating the mystery?
Exactly. Some people find comfort and guidance in organized religion, while others find their own spiritual connection with nature or through good deeds.
That makes sense. Maybe it's different for everyone.
Absolutely. The important thing is to be respectful of other people's beliefs, even if they're different from yours.
Respectful, that's a good word. Thanks for talking about this, Maya. It's helpful to hear your perspective.
Anytime, Alex. And who knows, maybe someday we'll find some of the answers we're looking for.
Hi Maya. Beautiful day, isn't it?
Hi Alex. You're absolutely right. It's perfect for practicing our English.
Practicing English? On such a nice day?
We can do both, Alex. See these flowers? They're a great way to learn new vocabulary.
Flowers? How?
Well, each flower has a name, right? And learning their names helps you build your vocabulary. For example, this is a rose. It's red and beautiful.
Okay, that makes sense. But there are so many flowers.
Don't worry, we can start with a few. We can even learn some English adjectives to describe them.
Adjectives? Like what?
Adjectives are words that describe nouns, like flowers. This rose is red, but we can also say it's fragrant or thorny.
Fragrant, thorny. I like that.
See this one? It's a sunflower. It's tall and bright yellow.
Wow, that sunflower is huge.
Exactly. We can use the word huge as an adjective to describe its size.
This is actually kind of fun. Can we learn a verb too?
Of course. Verbs are words that show actions. We can say the bees are buzzing around the flowers, making a humming sound.
Cool. So learning English can be like a game?
Exactly. We can learn new words and how to use them in sentences, all while enjoying the sunshine.
Thanks Maya, you're a great teacher.
Anytime, Alex. Now, let's see what other interesting words we can find in this garden.